Hello and welcome to another update video about Bitcoin. So we are on the 4-hour time frame. Wanted to start here by taking a look at the bigger picture. This is still the fourth wave, which started on the 13th of March. Idea is that this was an A wave down, which bottomed around the 18th of April, here around 59,460. Then this is an A, B, C flat structure in a larger B wave, which topped most recently around the 7th of June. And now we are in this C wave to the downside. I expect still further downside because the move down looks incomplete and the move to the upside is still below resistance and the rally looks corrective. Okay, so all of those points indicate that we should see a little bit more downside. However, we entered the orange support region again, and we also, or Bitcoin's RSI on the daily chart was oversold as well. All right, so we've seen all of those things, all of those aspects, and the orange support zone is there for a reason because it has been the stable element on this chart for a long time now. It has provided support numerous times. Okay, it's been there since the market topped in March and the price bounced here. It bounced here. It bounced here, here, here. There are many ways how this can be traded. I typically share the one that I believe is most reasonable, is the best way for most people, not for all people, not for most people who are not professional traders. The most convenient way to trade is scaling into this support area. You can, depends on you how far down you want to scale in, but you could say all the way down to the support zone. Now, you will never get a full position unless the price really comes down to 50,700. But had you done that here, 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 and again here, then you would have built a nice position when the price moved into the support area. And then what you can do when the price rallies, you sell into resistance. The size of the triangle indicates basically position size. So obviously this is one trade. And you buy a little bit here, you buy a little bit here. Oh, it goes up. Okay, so you sell a little bit here, you sell a little bit here. Oh, it goes down again. Okay, so you buy a little bit here, a bit here, but more, okay, because it's going lower. So that's the best way of dealing with this in this choppy range, right? I mean, I know it's boring, but you can make it interesting by printing some USDTs. Other ways to trade this, I mean, that really depends then on your personal preference. I shared a lot of trend lines recently, which when they broke were potential setups. For example, here, we had a trend line broken yesterday when the price moved up here. It broke a trend. It's not exactly drawn now, but we had a break of this trend line. That was the indication that we have reached a low in a third wave and we were watching for a fourth wave rally. And since then, the uptrend stays intact, okay? But we're now approaching next resistance, so we're going to talk about that. So again, many ways of how this can be traded. Elliott Wave itself is not a trading system, but allows you to understand the key market structure, trend, relevant support levels, and they can be used for trading. As I just showed you, you can integrate this into pullback trading or even into a trend line strategy, right? Because the trend lines themselves, they don't really tell us much about the context, but if we know that a third wave likely bottomed here and the fourth wave was expected, the break of the trend line was our signal that we're going higher, right? So yeah, this is just about the actual trading bit. The microstructure, I have to say it again, the microstructure in this correction is not clear. The reason is, you know, I could place the B wave here, I could place it here. This is an ending diagonal at best, so it can morph, you know, it consists of corrective structures. I can place these A, B structure somewhere else. It could even be a WXY structure and then the low is already in, but then I need to see more evidence for it. So, you know, it is quite tricky. Therefore, you can only manage this uncertainty with tactics. So let's go to the 30-minute chart, and so again, quick reminder, assumption is not yet that the fourth wave has bottomed. Not yet. Well, I will assume that once I see a 1-2 setup. Okay, 5 waves up, 3 waves down. I don't see that at this stage, and ideally those 5 waves break above resistance. So when will I assume that the low is in? When will I assume that the low is in? It would take a break above 65,335. This would be above and beyond what this wave 4 that I'm tracking should do. Yeah. I've made a slight change since the earlier update about the microstructure here, because the price pushed above initial resistance. So I already shared with you, okay, let's see if we push above initial resistance. I think I mentioned it in the last update that I actually expect it, or at least it's, the odds were quite high that we would break above initial resistance and that we're in the larger 4th wave. But is this already circle 4? I'm not sure. I'm now watching for the price to go a little higher possibly. And we're obviously moving along this trend line, not very well defined, only 2 touch points. I like only to use the wicks. Yeah, I don't like to use the candle bodies, just the wicks. So this guides the price higher. I have to assume that this was an A wave, the B wave was shallow, and we're now moving up in a choppy C wave. And there could be some resistance at the 38.2 retracement at 62,626 at the trend line. So they basically go together here, right? And if we consider the microstructure, A wave up, B wave down, then we can look for the 100% extension. That's a bit higher, 63,820. However, the 61.8 extension is here, also at 62,580. So pay attention to this level. This should be providing good resistance. Okay, if we break above it, fine. I mean, it's a breakout, right? But I just want to make sure that you understand there is next resistance. And really, if this is a C wave, it should push a little higher. So it's going to be interesting. I would pay attention to the trend lines and the resistance and basically that's what it is. And a break below the trend line and a decline in 5 waves would indicate that wave 5 to the downside has started. But yeah, at the moment the trend is up, short term, all right? So that's my update about Bitcoin. Hope you liked the update. If you did, please hit the like button, leave a comment and subscribe. And if you really like the content, then please check out the channel membership. Also, make sure that you follow us on Instagram and Twitter for additional content. Thanks a lot for watching. Bye-bye.